Hi gardeners, today we're going to talk about hardiness zones. We're going to talk about winter chores, everything you have to do in January when it looks like there's nothing to do, there's plenty to do. First thing is hardiness zones. You always hear about people go, I'm in zone 5, we're in zone 8A. But to give you an idea, zone 8A is also southwestern England. The hardiness zone just refers to the lowest expected temperature in the winter, and that's usually associated with perennials. Now, such as our blueberries and our grapes, those are perennials. We'd worry about the hardiness zone there. You don't want to plant outside your hardiness zone. If something says that it can go between zones 3 and 7, don't plant them in zone 9. It's too hot for them. Vice versa, it may be too cold in your hardiness zone to support something over winter. What we're more worried about as a vegetable gardener with mainly annual vegetables is soil temperature. Now, our soil temperature here, and I'm just using our compost bin probe, is at 48 degrees. This morning at sunrise it was 39, so we've had a 9-degree warming. In our cold frame over here this morning it was 49 degrees. The power of trapped heat and water. And we're going to put this in here and we're going to check it out a little bit later. Right now we're going to talk about some of the things I've been doing in getting beds ready. Well, it's too early to prep. Really isn't. We want to get compost on beds. We also want to get the beds ready for when we have early crops such as potatoes or some of the brassicas that don't mind an early frost, especially if they're covered in some sort of agribon. Okay? So let's go over here to bed 4 that we've just cleaned up. If you remember when it was cabbages, it was kind of a mess. But we've cleaned it up here and we have 2 onions that have gone all through the winter. These are Tokyo Long Whites. I read a pack that said Tokyo Long Whites are not overwintering. Well, these went down to 10, and we're going to look at them now because guess what? They're going to be in dinner tonight. There we go. These are beautiful overwintered onions. Now, they're not as big as I normally get, but we don't care. We're hungry tonight. So we're going to have these. To show you some of the beds here, this is what we call winter grass. I'm sure it has a different name, but if you look closely here, look at how the roots make a matting. So imagine this, and then underneath, this matting is help holding the soil together, even against vicious rains and storm. So this also is very high in nitrogen, and these will be going over into our compost bins so that we have a lot of nitrogen going in. We certainly have a lot of carbon, that is dry brown things, in the winter, but this winter grass provides a lot of nitrogen for us to keep adding to the cold frame. Okay? Now I think we've had enough time. Let's go check out to see how the temperature in the cold frame is doing. Remember, it was 48 over in the main bed. It was 39 and 48 this morning. Now it's 48 and 59. So you can see we're maintaining anywhere between 9 and 11 extra degrees of soil temperature right here in the cold frame. And remember that lettuce that I said was dying? The rumors of its death may be greatly exaggerated. We have good growth right in here. If you can see this, there's the growth point, and we have brand new leaves growing that was inside that really ugly looking thing. You can also see that our spinach is still growing in spite of the near freezing temperatures in here. It's not fully freezing. So we have a lot of things that we can do in the winter. We can make sure the beds are cleaned up, ready to take our compost. We want that to break down for several weeks so that it can start bringing the nutrition to the soil. We want to make sure that our cold frames, especially this water bottle, is warm, folks, and at night that will transfer the heat to the plants so that they don't freeze. And notice just a little bit of marking on it has allowed it to really absorb the sun's rays. You can do this, folks. Even in the winter, you can grow your own food. Don't forget to like and share. Tell a couple hundred of your closest friends about us, all right? Thanks. Bye-bye.